You must be present to win. Hello, gals, and welcome to Sober Living Snippets, where we live alcohol-free so we can heal up those relationships, feel youthful again, and ditch regret and shame. You know, I'm just waiting for the day that I snort on the show. You know, sometimes you laugh and you get that snort. Oh, my goodness. That's so embarrassing. It'll happen. One day it's going to happen. And I promise when it does, I won't even edit it out. I'll just snort into the universe and allow you to hear me. What am I talking about? Hello, gals. I'm Becca Jacobson, and it is time for a snippet. If you're new around here, I apologize for getting sidetracked, but that's what happens in Snippet Land. I'm glad you found us. We are Snippet lovers, are hardcore growth junkies. Wow, I just made that up. What do you think? Should we call ourselves hardcore growth junkies? I'm guessing you all might not agree with me, but I'm trying to get you there. That's my ulterior motive, to turn you all into hardcore growth junkies. Why? Because we are in what I like to think of as the last and most amazing phase of life. So approximately the last 40 years, 30, 40 years, depending on your age. And we've done all sorts of duty and we've made all sorts of mistakes, and we are ready to make this by far and away the most, everything, the most exciting, the most fulfilling, the most peaceful, the most loving era of our lives. And hey, we worked hard to get here and we deserve it. And so to do that, well, first we got to decide to get rid of the alcohol because it just ain't working for us. But once we do that, we are on a mission to grow because there is no point in just putting down the bottle. Now, this is all old news for you old-time snippet lovers. And by that, I meant long-time snippet lovers. And I do have a topic for today. And today's topic is being present. Being present. You know how when there's contests going on and you hear them say you must be present to win? Well, guess what, gals? That applies to life. And I spoke this week about this, about living today, be here now, right? We must be present to win. We must be present in our lives, or we blink and another year is gone. And another year is gone. Time speeds up when you pass the big 50 mark. I think it gets faster every decade. I'm about to hit the big 60, and I swear, I can't believe how time ticks by. We know this. And I've spoken before about how we can slow down time, and the way we do it is by being present. So let's talk today about how to be more present in your daily life. The number one way to be more present in your daily life, and I'm going to give you 3 ways. The number one way is to breathe. Pause and breathe, actually. Pause and breathe. Take a breath break all day long. Now, you're like, well, how can I do my day and do that? Well, first of all, it becomes habitual after a while. Make some intentional breath breaks throughout the day. Before you eat, just take a deep breath. Before you make a phone call, take a deep breath. Before you put the vehicle into drive, take a deep breath. Before you come out of the bathroom, pause and take a deep breath. Before you begin a conversation with someone, take a deep breath. There are so many moments throughout the day that we can just pause and breathe, even without reminders. But that is another way you could do it. You could set a timer on your phone to ping, and when you hear that ping, you know, oh, I need to take a breath, or 2 or 3, right? We don't want to use up a bunch of time. We are living our lives, but we want to live them more intentionally. So when you pause and breathe, you've brought yourself back to the present moment. Wherever the mind wandered off to, whatever was going on, that pause and breathe has brought you back to the present moment. And that means you are able to win. You must be present to win. What are we winning? The peace and joy and freedom we talked about at the beginning of the show, right? In this era of our lives. That's a win. Win, win, win. So, number one way to be more present is to pause and breathe. And as I say, you can just make a decision. It'll take some getting used to. You're going to have to form a new habit, right? Before you open the fridge, pause and breathe. And most definitely before you have a drink. If you're still struggling to quit alcohol, not all of us around here have quit yet. Before you take your next drink, pause and breathe. Don't try not to do anything on autopilot anymore. Of course, that'll be, very difficult in the beginning, but this is a good way to get started, a good way to be more present and do your life more intentionally. So that's number one. The second way to be more present so that you can win is to write about your life. No, you don't have to go crazy on this. But even 5 minutes a day, whether it's in the morning, here's some intentions for today, or in the evening, here's what I'd like to do different next time. I've given many journaling suggestions on the show. And in fact, I have a gift for you. I'm going to talk about it in a minute here when the snippet ends. I have a special gift for you. So stick around. It'll just be a couple of minutes. So writing about your life, journaling, that's basically what I'm saying, right? Journaling, I'm not going to go into depth about journaling, but it's a very powerful way to be more present in your life. And what do we mean by that anyway? All we mean is that we're not living on autopilot and just letting days tick by, tick, tick, and we're not paying attention to anything. That's two ways right there. Number one, pause and breathe. Number two, write about your life. So I could do 10 of these. I'm doing 3. And the third one I chose to talk about today is review your life. So once a month or every 2 months, at the very least, every 3 months, sit down and write about each category of your life and have a look at how you're doing and how much balance you've got. How are you doing in the financial department? What about your physical health? How is your emotional health? Are you getting some downtime? How's your relationships? How's your career or your retirement going? How are you doing? Have a look at your whole life. Take a look at it. Review it and then make some decisions based on what you see. That's living intentionally. That's being present. It's also really, really beneficial because there are areas of your life, because, I've had people say to me, well, I just do that in my head. I'm aware of what's going on. Yeah, but it's all muddled. And not only that, it just sits there and nags you. Oh, one of these days I really should do something about my finances. I should straighten out my bank account. Oh, one of these days I really need to look at my diet a little more, but I'll get to it. No, that's not intentional living. Sure, you're thinking about those categories of your life, but you're not being intentional by any means. You're just allowing them to nag in the back of your mind. When you set aside an hour on a Sunday afternoon and decide it's time, I'm going to look at my life, and you could decide to do it on the first Sunday of every month. Why not? The first Sunday of every month, how's the life go? And you can look at what you wrote last month and then do it again. Or as I said, at least every third month. I had a woman recently say to me, oh, this is really nice exercise. I think I'll do it once a year. And I almost fell off my chair. Oh my God, once a year? Oh my goodness, no. That's not enough, dear. That is not enough. We want to be way more present than that. So there you have 3 ways to be more present, and you must be present to win. You must be present to win. If you're trying to give up alcohol or you're in early sobriety, being present will be very, very helpful. Unless you're suffering from major anxiety and restlessness, and in that case, I really hope you're in a recovery program because early sobriety is very difficult to do alone. I've said that to you so many times that I don't need to repeat it now. Okay, well, guess what? I do have a gift for you, and it's coming out on Monday via the Sober Living Letters. What are the Sober Living Letters? The Sober Living Letters are supplements to the snippets. I send them out every Monday via email direct to your inbox. I do not send spam, I do not send junk, and I do not let anyone else get access to your information. This is for you and I to have a supplemental conversation when we're not doing the snippets. And that's on Mondays every week. If you're not getting them, you're not going to get this gift. So go to the show notes, click the link in there, and give me your email address, and I will start sending you your sober living letters. And when you do that, on Monday, this coming Monday, I'm sending you a journaling guide. Ta-da! Ping, ping, ping! You just won. You must be present to win. You just won. You're here. You heard me. You've given me your email address, or if you haven't, you're about to. Ping, 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 ping. You, my dear, are a winner. Because why? Because you showed up for life today. No, but I'm serious. I'm kidding a bit, but I am serious. I'm going to give you a journaling guide. I do hear from women that some women really struggle on journaling. So I put together a beautiful guide, and I've also sent out in the past a breathing guide, and I've got a cleansing guide. I make resources for my gals because I care about you and I want you to have them, but the only way I can get them to you is if I have your email. So make sure I've got it, and if you're just giving it to me fresh, when you do that, look out on Monday. And if you don't see your sober living letter, check your spam folder. Check your promo folder. Look around, dig around, find it, and then move it over to your inbox to tell your email algorithm, I want these emails from Becca. And next time it'll hit your inbox. Right? Right. Okay, gals, there it is. You must be present to win. And I am here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern, to help you live this most amazing era of your life, happy and alcohol-free. And that wraps up another week of snippets. I'll see you on Monday, and I'll also be sending you a letter on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for listening, my lovelies. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.